All right, so we are currently living in a day and age that has no soul, no character, no color, no joy. There's nothing aesthetically pleasing going on in any of our marketing, any of our buildings, anything, and Cracker Barrel just joined the club, and I want to talk about it. But before we get too far into the video, this is your reminder to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. If you want to follow me on any of my other social medias, those are linked down below. As always, I post short form content on those channels, so if that is something that you're interested in, make sure that you check that out, and let's dive in. Okay, so Cracker Barrel just announced its new rebranding, which includes a new logo. It has remodels of their restaurants, and people are incredibly displeased, and I think it's for obvious reasons. So this is the original Cracker Barrel logo. It's a classic. There's a lot of detail. There's a lot going on here. We love it. We love her. She's an icon. And this is the new one. And I just feel like the rebranding that companies are doing lately is just so boring. It is so boring. And a lot of people are attacking this from like, it's woke, that kind of angle. And sure, there are elements of that deeper within the company, but I really do not think that that's the main story here. I think the main story here is that our artistic endeavors are so lackluster these days, and it's pathetic and depressing. And I want to give you a couple of examples of what I am talking about. So if you look at these fast food restaurants or restaurants in general from the 90s and early 2000s, you'll see stuff like this. This was McDonald's in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. This was just the general vibe of the restaurant. And this is it today. It's sterile. You also see the exact same thing with Taco Bell. This is a classic 80s, 90s retro Taco Bell here. And, you know, rebrands haven't always been flops. They rebranded in the early 2000s and it still had character. This is still fun. There is color. There is life in this building versus modern Taco Bells. It's soulless. And this is some people's aesthetic, and I totally get that. And we're actually going to dive into that a little bit. I just find it to be so boring, and I do also think that there's a way that you can do contemporary design. Like I've stayed in hotels that have very modern, I'm not quite sure how to describe this modern style. I'll put a picture of it here. Like there's a fun way to do it, and this just isn't it. It's boring. Here's another example with Pizza Hut. They used to have the cutest decor. Pizza Hut used to have the most banging decor inside of their stores. Like, what is this? Boring is apparently gonna be the word of this episode because it's just so lackluster. And so there's been this continuing theme of companies rebranding into this very modern, bland, sterile aesthetic to where they all look exactly the same. You can't really tell the difference between all of these companies. Everything's gray. Everything has this like faux wood. It all looks the exact same. And unfortunately, Cracker Barrel has fallen victim to this. If you're not aware, this is a Cracker Barrel. It's fun. It's lively. It's homey. You feel like you are in your grandparents' living room in the house that they've lived in for 60 years, and all of their memories are surrounding you. It feels like a warm hug. The food's not the best, but damn it, it's cute and it's inviting. And part of this rebrand was remodeling, and this is what we have now. So it looks exactly like every restaurant in the world. Nothing special, nothing unique. And it's just, it's a bummer, because Cracker Barrel didn't have the best food, and I especially feel like it used to be better, to be honest, but over the last couple of years, it was not that great the last time I went. But it was fun. It was a fun place. They have their store that is super eclectic, and you can't even find anything in that store because it's all just so convoluted, and everywhere you look, it's this new knickknack, and it's so much fun. And I haven't seen the new rebranded store, but I bet it looks exactly like this restaurant, and I bet it just looks like a Target. Like, there's nothing unique. There's nothing fun. There's nothing personal whatsoever about any of this. And it's just so disappointing. And, you know, people are having such a big reaction to this, and I think it's fair. I think that they have been sucking the soul out of companies for a decade now, trying to make them clean and aesthetic and modern or whatever it might be, and people are just fed up with that. People want the homeliness. I think that we are at a place in time in our country and in the world where we are craving traditional, homely, sweet, warm, inviting spaces. And these places, this modern conceptual design is just so not it. And you can even see, if you look closely, they tried to kind of incorporate some of the eclectic style of a Cracker Barrel and make it modern with these weird pictures of, I think in the specific pictures I'm seeing rolling pins and maybe sifters, maybe old sifters. I can't tell. It's pretty small on my screen. And honestly, there's a larger conversation that we could get into about like modern art, because somebody's going to look at that and call that art. And, you know, eye of the beholder and all of that, I get it, but it's just not impressive. There's nothing impressive about this whatsoever. And some might say there's nothing impressive about an original Cracker Barrel. Fair enough. But at least it felt good to be there. This just feels like everything else. And, you know, this sterile, colorless world is more than just commercial. You know, we're seeing it infiltrate people's lives, and I guess it kind of does go hand in hand with being commercialized, because it's celebrity homes, it's influencer homes, it's the phenomena of the sad beige aesthetic. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but you look at somebody like Kim Kardashian, her house, there's no color. It's white. Her house is literally all white. It's so depressing to me. It's just not my style personally. And I honestly don't know that it really is anyone's style. I think that you are all brainwashed. I think everyone is brainwashed who thinks that this is cute. I think that with the advent of social media, it has created such a mob mentality, such a hive mind mentality, that we have all lost our own sense of style and character. I mean, you look at people's individual styles and everyone dresses the exact same. Everyone decorates their house the exact same. It's just, none of it's aesthetic anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain point where it's just so copy and pasted. And I want to show you guys a couple of examples of like the sad beige aesthetic inside influencer homes.
Everything in my house is really minimal. I find that there's so much chaos out in the world that when I come home, I want it to be just lit, and I want everything to feel calming.
I think this one's a little bit cuter. This one feels a little bit more, a little nicer. But it's still, you know, it's a trend that has been heightened by TikTok and Instagram, and seeing all of these influencers have this exact same aesthetic. So now everyone else has this exact same aesthetic, and that makes what could have been aesthetic or appealing that much more boring, you know? And obviously with design, they're followed by trends. But I think it's particularly heightened right now how lacking in character and personality, and it's just so devoid of soul, these designs. And obviously I'm a lot less bothered by what people do in their personal homes. I don't really care. I was just pulling that as an example to show you that this is infiltrating everywhere. But when it comes to these companies, even Target, I saw a video of Target from back in the day and how in your face and fun the red was. It was everywhere, and now they just look so sleek and clean, and, you know, it's just, personally, I'm so bored of it. I am so bored of the repetitive. When a store gets a remodel, you can guarantee how it's going to look. You can guarantee the other side of that remodel because they're always going to come out looking exactly the same. And hopefully this ship rights, because I am craving fun. I am craving fun. And that's why you see like smaller mom and pop shops who have fun aesthetics and fun ideas for their stores and their shops have so much success, because people are craving fun. They're craving color. They're craving soul. They're craving personality and character. They want these things in their commodities, and it's being robbed from us by this corporate overlord of gray. Everything's gray. I'm so tired of it. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I know this isn't like a crazy important story whatsoever, but I think that the strong reaction to Cracker Barrel is indicative of what I'm talking about. I think there are a lot of people on the right who are screaming woke, woke, woke about this, but I think they're misplacing their frustrations. I don't think the frustration is actually coming from a place of this being woke, because I don't think that's where this is coming from. I think that y'all are craving character in life to be put back into our buildings and institutions. And I agree 100%. Absolutely, I'm here for it. I am so here for that. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you prefer the old Cracker Barrel? Do you like the new design? Let me know. And we will chat next time. Bye.